Okay guys, this morning I thought I'd show you the new Lake Sylvan track. So a number of years ago the main footbridge here at the car park was washed out. They had another huge weather front come in, getting a lot of them now as the world's weather is warming up and weather's getting a lot more volatile and violent and damaging. So it came through, washed the footbridge away that had been here for many years. Hello Bumblebee, off you go. And they put some good investment into this new track. So this is the track that leaves from the Silven dock camping ground. It's a beautiful little camping ground. It's a great place to come with a camper or even a caravan. We bring a caravan in here at times, just get away for a couple of 3 days. Doesn't have cell coverage, which for me is a little bit difficult. I sort of rely on data most of the time. So generally speaking, if you come into Silven, you have to either have satellite or just be off grid. No power here unless you've got your own generator like we do, or solar and an onboard inverter. But they've done a really good job with this track. We've been following this quite closely the last couple of years as I've progressed up this track. It's taken them a while, but well, look at that. That's just breathtaking. That's the Routeburn River, guys. So this goes up and joins the Routeburn track. I've just stopped a little bit before the Routeburn itself, and we're just wandering here. We'll take you up and show you the new bridge system I put in. Quite a engineering effort and feat. We walked up here about 8 to 9 months ago and the generator was all up here, and they had Starlink satellite and whatnot, so they were really well set up. But this track will go up to a little cutting up here around the corner, and from there it crosses over. So I've gone and put the bridge in at a high point, so when the river comes through, a gain in flood, which is right across, possibly even up as high as these flats here, to be honest. So the river would come up right up as high as this in a record rainfall. It should not take this track out. This track's been built to survive another so-called unprecedented weather event, which we will get, and I'd lay money on it that, guaranteed a lot more than the share market, that will happen within the next 12 to 18 months as we start seeing the increase in subtropical lows and weather bombs slamming into our country. So stand by, we'll show you the new bridge system shortly. Nice little swimming hole there. Very cold water though, it's glacier fed. This time of year the rivers are generally at their lowest. Wow, check this out. It's breathtaking. There's a jumping spot just here as well. You see the rock here? That's quite a deep hole just there, and you can actually come around that and climb back up again. Oh, there's some people there looking like they're going to take advantage of that. So we're just working our way up a little bit closer to this new bridge. Now this track wasn't accessible from the start car park point at the dock camping area because the bridge had been washed away. So the only way to get across there was to cross the river. So the diehards did it, but we never really saw that many people down here over the last 3 years or even longer, other than the Routeburn, which is another 3 kilometres north of us. And subsequently, Lake Silven has been teeming with trout because there haven't been that many people in there fishing it. Now, the opposite's true. So this weekend being Easter, a long Christian holiday weekend, it's just slammed with people. But you can run this track. It's a stunning track to run and walk. They've done a great job here with this. This bridge has opened the Lake Sylvan track up again, and we would recommend it. If you've got a caravan or a camper, come down, spend a couple of nights here, enjoy the tranquility and the quietness. Sandflies not too bad down here, they are around, but they're not as bad as other areas of this entry point to the national park. Wow, look at this. So this track trail is around 6 kilometres return, possibly a little bit longer now with this walk up into the gorge. We'll just take you up on the plateau just up here. We won't take you down to Lake Silven, you can do that yourself, but look at this forest. These are some of the most beautiful forests in the world, hence why they do a lot of movie making down here. Wow, this is just breathtaking. So they've opened this part of the forest up, whereas before it wasn't a trail. Right, so that's us. We'll head back now to Silven car park, and I've actually got a pickup to do today. I've just come down here to unload 9 hikers coming off the Routeburn Track from the Milford track side, or the Milford Road side, the main divide, and get them back to their hotel in Queenstown. Usually I come in here earlier in the day and run the trail, but today it's a bit of a leisurely pace. This is an awesome suspension bridge. This will be one of the longest ones in this part of the country, actually. Certainly longer than anything on the Routeburn, longer than anything on the Milford. What else we got? Longer than anything on the Hollyford. Certainly beats anything on the Greenstone Caples. And there's that swimming hole just over, tucked away in there. So there you go, guys. It's the new Lake Silven footbridge. They've rebuilt it, engineered it a lot higher than the previous one. So those future weather events, you can imagine that gorge down there with the water coming through, it would get probably up to about there below the bridge at its highest point, and that is absolutely pumping. You wouldn't be able to hear yourself think, and it would be teeming with rain for 2 or 3 days. So for those of you that don't know, New Zealand is one of the wettest corners on the planet. We get around 7 metres of rainfall per annum. That's even more than the monsoons in Asia. Hence why these forests are so mossy. And this is on the drier side of the Southern Alps we are at the moment. So we're on the east side of the Southern Alps. The west side gets the majority of its weather. This is Phil. So we'll just finish off by showing you just a quick overview of what Silven's got here facilities wise. You've got running water, you've got toilets, they're long drops, they don't flush, so you got to toughen up. There's an honesty box there for payment. We generally come down here when it's a little bit quieter, but remarkably quiet here for Easter. This is actually one of our favourite little entry points to the national park. because it's not slammed with tourists or camper vans like our NZMCAs are. But you need to be off-grid. You need to have the technology and the facilities and services on board your camper or your caravan. We usually just park in here. Quite a good little spot. We've got a table there and we can back the caravan in a fair way. Actually, that one there, that's a through passage, that one. Looking back towards Glenorchy there, swinging around. This is the famous Routeburn. So it's a really challenging climb up and down, advanced that one, but something that a lot of people do. Social media's opened that up a lot. And then of course this is the main non-camping car parks. This is where you come if you just want to do what I just did. And the old bridge, the previous bridge, used to be literally right opposite us. So you see how that bank there has fallen away on the opposite side. That's where the bridge used to work its way across, where the turnstile is just here. So that certainly made a huge impact, given that extra walk up over that bridge. You can walk down here as well. There's a public access. You just follow the pink markers down to the river's edge. Very lucky in New Zealand, we have a lot of access on our crown land. Farmers can't lock you out if it needs to allow access to a natural waterway. This river's very, very low. Usually it's almost half bank to bank, but this is where the bridge came across. You'll see the old track just here coming down through the forest. I would imagine the new trail joins up somewhere along here. They would have chopped in that new trail to join up with the current Lake Silven track. But if you want to get wet feet, as we don't mind doing, basically just walk straight across, probably over here with the loggers, and clamber up, maybe through here somewhere, and get on Silven to save you that 15-minute bypass. So pretty busy here, Easter weekend, long holiday weekend. A lot of people enjoying our beautiful national parks. We're going to head in now and pick up these visitors who are coming out of the Routeburn and get on with it. Hope you enjoyed it. Just another little prime spot here in the South Island of New Zealand. We have hundreds of them. A lot of tourists never make it down here to actually experience this. Lake Silven, it's out of Glenorchy, about an hour and a half out of Queenstown. This is Phil.